All right, how's it going, everyone? So in one of my previous videos, I got you guys to ask me questions that I would answer for you guys. And it's freaking wet outside today, so I can't go skate. So I thought I'd be somewhat productive and film this video today. So we're gonna get into this and we're gonna read your guys' questions and I'm gonna try and answer a majority of them. All right, so Michael Fowler writes, funnest trick to do. I'd have to say hard flip is the funnest trick to do. That or a backside big spin. I'm stuck on both of those. Brandon McCluskey writes, what is your favorite skate video? It's a hard one. I'm gonna have to say Fully Flared because when I got back into skateboarding, that video was just released and I don't know, just the editing and everything about that video, like Mike Moe's opening part, Mark Johnson. I don't know, back then, I felt like Mark Johnson had like an 80-minute part, but it was only 3 songs. But I just remember being so impressed watching that video. So that definitely goes down as one of my favorite videos. I don't know, there was another local video called Ambition by West 49. And I got that at the same time I got Fully Flared. And that was a pretty good video. I got to see a lot of locals in that video. The Fairy Dutch writes, sponsors. So right now, I'm sponsored by Eastside Board Supply. It's my local skateboard shop in St. John. And I'm getting flowed some product from RDS right now as well. So I'm pretty hyped on that. You're gonna have to forgive me for this one, but Perillas El Gran writes, the most frustrating trick you learned. I thought this would be really easy, but now my mind's racing thinking of all these tricks. I'd have to say, I filmed it a couple months ago. It's a switch frontside 180, late back foot underflip. I don't know, I've seen Chris Haslam do it, and I wanted to learn it super bad, and it took me probably 3 hours of non-stop skateboarding to finally land it. And I was so frustrated. And I'm gonna play that clip right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. That was frustrating. Young Mike writes, would it be a dream to move to California? Explain why. I don't know. It'd be pretty cool to go to California, I guess. I want to go to Australia really bad. That's like my #1 place I want to go. But living in Cali would be pretty cool too, because that's where a lot of skateboarders are from. I don't know, you can get noticed out there for sure. But if I ever get the chance to go, man, I'm gonna skate everywheres. Bob McBoberson writes, do you know anyone named Brian? I used to live in St. John and he was always at the skate park. If you're talking about Brian Chaston, then yes, I know him. He's one of my good friends. If you're talking about Brian Guttro, he's gnarly. He's one of the craziest skateboarders I've ever seen in person. I don't know who you're talking about though. I know a couple Brians. Taken Dreams 90 writes, who or what inspired you to start skateboarding? So I started skateboarding when I was 8 years old, I think. They used to play this, like, I don't know if it was a pay-per-view or not, but it was always in the pay-per-view channel area. And it was just skateboarders falling and just busting their asses. And I don't know. It looked really fun. I don't know. I asked my dad if I'd get a skateboard, and I didn't get a skateboard until like a month after that. I think my first board was from Canadian Tire, and it was it was a really small board, and it was just a super random company. I don't even remember what it was called. But when I got back into skateboarding, which was 7 years ago, me and my friend were in middle school, and we were sitting in math class, and he had a YouTube channel at the time, and he made skateboarding videos. So we were sitting together working on a project, and he started showing me his YouTube videos, and I told him that I used to skateboard, and he invited me over to skate that, I think it was the same day, or maybe it was the next day, but I had the same board I got when I was 8, and it was just sitting in my garage for like 5 years or something like that. And I don't know, I went over to his house and it was really awkward. I rode around for a little bit in his garage and I couldn't really do anything. I think I could ollie like that high, maybe a little bit lower. And ever since then, he motivated me to go out and skate. So thank you, Brad McEwen, for that. He doesn't make YouTube videos anymore, but He's a pretty good skateboarder. Atana's Skates writes, how long did it take you to learn how to kickflip? I think it was a month. I don't know. I would do them stationary in my basement on a carpet. And I remember, I think my first kickflip was like a 90 varial flip. It didn't do a varial flip all the way, but I did like a kickflip, or like a varial flip, I should say. And like, I don't know, it would be like how you would land on a varial flip lip slide. That's how I landed. And I thought it was a kickflip. So as soon as I landed it, I was running around the house screaming. I was so excited because I finally learned how to kickflip. And ever since then, I just fell in love. Love kickflips. Not really. I hate kickflips. Omar Off writes, biggest battles. Pretty much anything on a ledge is a battle for me. I just have a really hard time skating ledges and boxes and stuff, but I'm trying to get better at it. Mitchell Taylor writes, proudest moment from skateboarding. Probably getting hooked up by RDS a couple months ago. That was a pretty big milestone for skateboarding for me. I'm still pretty thankful for everything they've done for me so far. They sent me a couple packages, and they sent me a board, a limited edition RDS board, and that was pretty cool. So thank you, RDS. You guys are the best. Logan Bickle writes, any tips for late tricks? So when you're doing late tricks, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'll use this phone, for example. So when you're doing a late trick, sometimes people will focus on the late flip before they even pop the ollie. And they call it like a nollie late flip or an ollie late flip for a reason, because you literally have to do the ollie first and then do it. Like majority of the people that try and do late flips, they try and late flip before they get the ollie out of the way. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Probably do a trick tip sometime in the future for late flips. I think they're pretty fun. Ben S. Skating writes, do you think you are good enough for Battle at the Barracks? Jeez, that's hard to say. I don't think so, but I would definitely love to try it out. It depends how I'd go against, I guess. Like if I went against PJ Ladd or Lawan, I think the intimidation factor would probably, I don't know, it'd probably just sketch me out too much, and I probably wouldn't be able to focus on my own tricks. Mr. Pockets writes, what's your favorite color and are you from Canada? My favorite color is, you have to go with red. And yes, I'm Canadian. Eldon Smith writes, how long does it take you to learn a new trick? It really depends. Some days I'm feeling really good and I can learn a trick within the first 20 minutes of trying it. But other days, like I said earlier, it could take me 3 hours of non-stop, consistent, like, you know, other days it's just really hard. Like I said earlier, it could take like 3 hours to learn just one trick. Just depends how I'm feeling that day, I guess. There's a couple comments on what my board setup is, and I will show you guys what I'm riding right now. So right now I am skating a primitive Nick Tucker Pro Model board with Crux trucks with the titties on there, and I ride, I think they're 52 millimeter wheels from Bones, Reds bearings, and that's it. Before I set this board up, I was skating a board from Legit SB, which is a local Canadian skateboarding company from Moncton, New Brunswick, and I really like that board. I don't know. It lasted me, I think, 3 months, and there's still no cracks or anything wrong with it, but I just wanted to, I love the feeling of a new board, having that new pop and whatnot, so I had to switch to a primitive. I definitely recommend checking out, oh man, that's not good. I definitely recommend checking out Legit SB. There's the guy who runs it is super cool. His name's Matt. He hooked me up with that board, so thank you, Matt, if you're watching this. I'll put their information in the description below so you guys can go check them out. Brody Soderman writes, would you want to be sponsored by Revive someday? No offense to Revive or anything. Like, those guys are hilarious. I watch them every day, but I'm Canadian. That wouldn't really make sense to be sponsored by a company from Cincinnati or wherever Andy Schrock is from. But you guys are awesome. I love watching your videos. You guys are hilarious. Isaac York writes, do you want to play a game of skate? It's Bryjack writes, favorite skater / most inspirational and favorite video part. Oh geez, that's a hard one. Oh, the lighting's kind of weird. There we go. My favorite skater would have to be, oh no, I have a few. The first one that comes to mind is PJ Ladd, just because, I don't know, I just like how he presents himself. He's just a really chill person, and he kills it on a skateboard. My other favorite skateboarder would be Mark Sushu, just because he's so innovative, and just the stuff he does is crazy. Just next level stuff. And my favorite video part would probably have to be Andrew Reynolds in Stay Gold, because that was just absolutely mind-blowing the first time I seen that video, and I couldn't believe Andrew Reynolds kickflipped that grass gap. I forget what the grass gap's called, but it's huge. Same one Chris Jocelyn 3-flipped in the Plan B video. And I also like Chris Jocelyn's Plan B video part. That was insane. That was next level. That's what I expect skateboarding to be at in about 10 years. But Chris Jocelyn is from the future. Tasty, right? What do you do other than skate? Do you have a job? I do have a job, and what I do besides skateboarding is I like taking photos, and I don't know. I don't like being inside too much unless I'm doing editing or, you know, just stuff like that. I'm an outdoors person for sure, so anything outdoors I enjoy doing. Penn Barnes writes, what camera equipment do you use? Love your videos, man. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you for that nice comment. And right now I am using the Canon Rebel T4i. It's a great camera. I would recommend it to skateboarders if they're looking to get a camera to film with. And I just got a new fisheye, but I really don't even know how to pronounce the name of the fisheye. I'll embarrass myself. And use my cam caddy to attach my cameras to it. All right, Davy Jones HD writes, what is your favorite park / spot to skate? My favorite park to skate is St. John Skate Park. It's my local skate park. And my favorite spot to skate, it would be probably Hampton High 5. It's just a legendary 5-stair for me. It's what I did all my first tricks down. Yeah, I always just enjoyed skating there. I learned practically every trick I can do down that set, and it'll always be fun to me. The Boomer 1 writes, have you ever won / placed in any skate competitions, and how many? Shout out to Corner Brook Skate Park. Shout out Corner Brook Skate Park. And I think it was 2 years ago I won a competition that Eastside put on. It was a Halloween competition, and I won first place. And I think I won a pro board, a Lakai sweater, and a few other things. So I was pretty stoked. That was the first competition I won, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was the one. All right, Logan writes, how long have you been skating, and how would you recommend a local skateboarder to get subscribers? Well, I've been skating for 7 years now. I don't really count the first 2 years because I wasn't really doing anything. Just learning how to ride my skateboard. And as for the subscribers, it took me 6 years to finally get noticed. And a huge thing is collaborating with other YouTubers, because that is a huge way to get your channel out there and get people to subscribe to your channel. I know I messaged Josh Katz, and he was nice enough to feature me on his channel, and I got a lot of subscribers from that. It hasn't even been a week yet, and I hit over 1,000 subscribers on my channel. So I was pretty stoked. So collaborate with other YouTubers and just don't give up on it. Just have fun, because if you're trying to do it for subscribers, you're not going to get anywhere, because you're going to end up, you're not going to be very motivated, because subscribers just don't happen overnight. You know what I mean? But you'll get there. Just keep the passion alive. All right, so if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, you can show your friends. I don't know, do what you need to do. But I just want to thank you guys for the comments, and until next time, guys, see you later.